Scrum team. Scrum team. This Scrum team is called the base unit, or something which is at the base to deliver everything. Fundamental unit. Now, in this fundamental unit, there are few people. When I say few, typically less than 10 or less than 10, including everybody. Let us see who this everybody is. There is a person, one person in the team, who decides what are we going to do, what is going to be our work about, what is more important, what should be done first, order the work. Any idea who I am talking about? Product owner. This product owner works with a set of few people who are doing everything required. These are called the developers. To clarify, anybody who's doing the work required for our product is called developers. So if you are doing testing, you are a developer. If you are doing business analysis, you are a developer. You are doing UX work, you are a developer. Doer. But sometimes these developers and product owners need somebody to help mentor them, coach them, help them to be more effective. So they had somebody like Snehal. Who I am talking about? What is the accountability called? Scrum Master. So Scrum team is a complete unit of all of these people together. You see, I have not drawn boxes inside saying this is the development team or this is the PO team. They are all part of one team, fundamental unit. And what is the size that I told you? Around.
I mean, this is the size which should be, or because my team size is 30. So it's the fundamental unit.
So what Scrum Guide would recommend is this size is best. Let us think, what happens when there are 30 people within the Scrum team? How many interactions you can have?
Multiple. Like,
Lot.
Yeah. All talking all day.
Everybody talking all day.
Correct.
And to solve this problem where we have more cohesiveness, more fundamentalness, it is often more effective when we have smaller units. So that is what Scrum recommends, that Scrum teams are about 10 people size. So if you have 30, I would recommend divide them in 3 or 4 teams. Can you imagine, we'll talk about daily Scrum afterwards, but can you imagine daily Scrum being 15 minutes with a 30-member team?
Never.
Never. So it starts becoming more inefficient. The efficient size is about 10. What will happen if you have only 2 people? Only 2 people. Almost no interactions or very less amount of work being done, and that is why it should not be too small, not too big, around 10. So let us look at some characteristics of this Scrum team. Let me put down the title, Scrum team characteristics. The first one which I want to talk about is they are self-managed. Self-managed means the team as a whole is an independent unit. There is nobody sitting outside, maybe a project manager or maybe a manager, leader, whoever sitting outside and who gets to dictate what gets done next. The team as whole decides. Team as whole decides, that means within the team also there is no concept of a senior or a junior. The Scrum Master or the product owners are not called the supervisors or managers or decision takers. Any decision taker is by this whole team together. That is why they are self-managed. So let me put it here. There are no hierarchies and no sub-teams.
Can we have BA and PO same in one scrum team?
I'll just come back to you. Huh? No hierarchies, no sub-teams. So yes, please. Can I have your question?
Can we have BA and PO both in same scrum team?
So you are saying, can there be a person called X who is the product owner and Y who is a business analyst?
Yeah, because almost requirement and the product, the main requirement is the one. So even BA somewhat.
In IT industry, we have two roles: one product owner, one BA. Separate.
So
Most of them-
yes, so product owner is this one person who gets to take the decisions about ordering, decisions about what gets. If the product owner needs help from a business analyst to crystallize these requirements or study better, the the analyst is part of these people who are doing the work. So the BA becomes a developer. Usually, practically speaking, what I've seen is that if one wants a career as a product owner, business analyst is a good stepping stone. It's a good starting point. Does that make sense?
No, but still I'm confused because if the person is very senior and mostly what I've seen is BA they're taking the requirement from the business perspective and all. So even product owner they're also interacting with the business person, they're also taking the requirement. So what exactly is the difference between them?
But she's asking what is the difference between business analyst
Yeah.
and a product owner. The key difference will be product owner is one person who has the authority to take a decision. Anybody here has seen whenever we ask business analyst any question that should I go this way or that way, drop down or something, what is the favorite answer of a business analyst? I'll get back. Because they have to validate that decision with somebody. Product owner has an authority to take the decision. It doesn't mean that product owner kind of mandates and doesn't talk with everybody. They will take that decision in a collaborative manner, but still they have authority. More details about product owners we'll discuss when we are there in the product owner section. Is that okay? But
Yeah.
now basic difference is clear to you?
Yeah.
Alright, so self-managed. Any questions on self-management, please? Today morning when we came in the class and you stood in the queue, you are all self-managed people. Scrum believes that people are intelligent enough. People know what to do. They don't need somebody else telling them, do this, this, this. To be self-managed, they are cross-functional. Now, cross-functionality is something which is often misunderstood. Cross-functional means the team as a whole, this unit as a whole, has all the skills within themselves. So if we need to do a business analyst, they will have the skills of business analysis, maybe one business analyst. If they need to do coding, they'll have a coder. If they need to do testing, they'll have a tester. It doesn't mean that everybody knows everything. Supermen are a little difficult to find. So you know that. But then, second aspect of cross-functionality. Remember, we are a fundamental unit and no sub-teams, no hierarchies. We act as one team. We succeed as one team. So that means if somebody in my team needs help, I'll pitch in. There are no specialists also. Nobody gets to say, and the business analysts, I will not do testing. You will pitch in where you can. A good model to implement them can be something which many people call T-shaped skill. Anybody has heard this word? You have? Alright. So what does this word say? In one line if you could explain.
Having some horizontal knowledge and some vertical knowledge. Like I just recently heard it, so I'm not.
Let me explain it a little bit. Imagine skills of a person like an alphabet T. You have many horizontal skills, many skills about which you know little. But you have at least one in-depth skill, at least one skills where you are an expert. You may be an automation tester who is expert in automation, but can also help the developers understand the stories. So there are many also can do, where you can pitch in if needed, and one step. Superman is not required for cross-functional. Any doubts between what do you mean by cross-functional? The third very important characteristics for us to be this both is that the teams are empowered. They are empowered by the organization. They empower themselves also to do what? To be self-managed and cross-functional. Being self-managed is not being chaotic or anybody deciding what they do. Being self-managed means putting our collective neck on the line as a whole team that we decide. So we are self-managed, cross-functional and empowered. And because we work as a single unit, the team as a whole is responsible for the value. Because whatever work we generate has to deliver value, otherwise there is no point to it. Product owner helps to decide what work we will do. Is that important for us to deliver valuable work? Yes. Developers actually do the work. So without them, can we deliver the value? Scrum Master helps people work more effectively, helps people work together. Is Scrum Master necessary? And because of that, all the three accountabilities are necessary to deliver value. And that is why Scrum says increment, which is value delivered, entire team is accountable for it. Not necessarily only developers or only product owners or only Scrum Master. Let me put it down. The whole as a team is accountable for increment. So does this sort of a team sound a little different than the ones which we are used to, where there is a project manager who gets to decide, Sneham does this, Amit does this, Priya does this, Srishti does that. Is it a little different than that? So what are the benefits? Why should we go towards a different way? Because whenever you go to a different way, there are challenges. There will be challenges into helping your teams to be this. My question is, why should you do that? What are the benefits that you should have when you are going to have self-managed teams working together? So what I want you to do is, I'm going to give you a time box of 2 minutes. Within your tables, you will discuss what are the benefits of a team when they worked in a self-managed, cross-functional, empowered teams. You will write it down and keep the benefits ready, but not share with others. Within your team, you discuss, and then I will tell you how we know each of us. Everybody clear what is the exercise about? You are going to get 2 minutes. And your time starts now. Because that will make others realize that there is something. Let us practice. See, collectively we are all able to tell each other. So everybody, now the way we are going to do this is, I am going to randomly point to a table. That table will tell me one benefit which they find most important. Then I will go to the next table. Next table has to tell me one benefit, but they cannot repeat. So you have to pay attention when I am asking you somebody else. You cannot, go to sleep after your work is done. Alright, your table please. What is the benefit that you want to tell me? Less conflict. They are saying because they are working together, we have less conflict. Very nice. Just putting it down here and then I will add all of them there. Next, I will go to this table. You cannot tell me less conflict.
Higher productivity.
And why would that be?
Because we have self-sustained team which are working towards the same goal, then they are aligned and they have
So they are saying higher productivity, team has said less conflict. I will ask this team. What is your benefit, please?
Ownership.
They will take ownership. Now, which team? Which team? This team.
Appropriately, like who is good at what and then appropriately
They'll work better.
kind of.
Next people, hopefully you have been listening. Your team. Why would the quality be better? Very interesting. They are saying quality is going to be better, which I agree, but could you just elaborate in one line?
Yeah, they can have their reviews, internal reviews, like
and also they have know each other, they'll get it better. Have I asked your team? Go ahead, please.
Since we are talking about you, we are talking about we, not you. So if we dilute, it will not give rate to success for one person, not for two. So the dilution will happen for failure and success.
So people will be having, we succeed together, we failure together, so they will not be as fearful.
No direct targets.
No direct target, less fear. And this less fear in my eyes is the biggest motivator, because we are not targeted as one person to lose. Also, we are not targeted to be those shining stars and riding knights that we will want our credit. We know that as a team will succeed or as a team will fail. Very nice. And now the last team, I think they have the toughest job, because they have now have to tell me something which is not there in the.
Better communication.
And why would that be?
Because everyone is self-managed, they know how to do the work. So there would be like more transparency. They won't video a prior way. There will be better communication, more cooperation.
Better communication. Now I have one question to you all. All of these benefits are really beneficial, true. What will happen to the commitment? The team which commits by their own will be more committed. So commitment will go up. Their whole unit, it comes back to being a fundamental unit. Any questions on how the Scrum team works, or these three characteristics, or the key definitions of these three accountabilities? We'll go into details of each of the accountability, but any questions till now?